Welcome back. Today we have our second day in the MLB. We already had the NL video, which you guys should have seen a few days earlier than this. Today we're breaking down the AL. The NL was interesting. We had some hot takes. We had some sleepers. We had some guys that we thought were going to do better than their projected stats. Today we have the same thing. We're going over divisions. We're going over maybe some long shots at winning either not only their division, but conference, World Series, whatnot, as well as some player props for you. We're going to be pretty much centered around the divisions, though. We'll start with the AL East. I think one of the most open divisions by far.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did take a Yankees ticket earlier in the offseason, and we got news that Garrett Cole is going to be out for the year. I think Luis Heel is also dealing with an injury.
Their odds are still plus 165.
Yeah, I'm out on the Yankees.
I am too.
I think on paper they should be fine. Like, they'll still be very competitive, but it's already bad vibes. And Yankees just aren't a team I want to root for anyways. Like, the Orioles are young and exciting. The Red Sox should be good. I'm kind of out on the Rays and Blue Jays winning this division, but, you know, as a long shot, like, it could happen. Rays team that always outperform their projections. Blue Jays could bounce back. So I think Yankees – I don't even know if Yankees still are the favorite to win this division in my book, and I don't want to bet on them, so I'm not going to anymore. So I got to buy out of my position.
Summarized by what you're saying is Red Sox will win this division.
I'm down with the Red Sox to win this division. What's that number on the board?
270. They're tied with the Orioles at 270. Rays at 700. Blue Jays at plus 1,000.
Your Jays.
Yep.
Your Blue Jays.
That's tough, J-Mo.
So, I mean, Red Sox are a team that they're going to be able to pitch this year. They add Garrett Crochet, who, as long as he stays healthy, is one of the best pitchers in baseball. And it feels like there's a lot of injury concern with Garrett Crochet because he suffered it he's had an injury history, but last year he was able to stay healthy. So I think there's some optimism there.
Yeah.
I think being on the White Sox was probably a good thing for him because they were always limiting his innings, keep him healthy, wanting to trade 100%. Him. Yeah. I'm ready to roll with Garrett Crochet.
I think he's
pitching
their
170
ace.
innings.
Yeah, I think he's their potential ace for sure.
1,000% their ace. It's just like how many innings you're going to get out of him.
100%. Obviously, Alex Bregman strengthens the infield.
Huge signing.
Yeah, the elite bat. Walker Buehler, I think, ready to make an impact from long recovery. Obviously, Tommy John. I think he can make an impact on this team.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's question marks on the guys that are projected to start, like Lucas Giolito, Walker Buehler's, like how many innings you're going to get from them. But they do have some other options down below where it's like Brian Bayo can come back from injury, Cutter Crawford can come back. They signed Patrick Sandoval. So, you know, they got some depth there in their 100%.
Arms. And again, I think it's just wide open. Like this Orioles team, obviously they didn't improve their pitching this offseason, so I think they're going to be pretty much rolling in with a little bit lesser of a talent there. Yankees, obviously, we already talked about some major injuries on that side of things. Blue Jays, they could be blowing it up by midseason for all we know. And the Rays, I just don't think are there yet. We'll see. They're solid, but obviously even their win projections are stating that they're not really in this race like the Red Sox and Orioles are. The Sox right now are projected at 86.5 wins. I like that. I like the over. That's one of my picks for it's minus 110. We can see what it's on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely creeping up.
Oh, for sure. Especially now with the Yankees down.
Steam.
Yeah, 86.5. Now that's a little bit juicy over here, minus 124. But I'm still taking it there. I think this Red Sox team has close to 90 wins in them. Exciting team. I just think they have right now, especially now with Cole down, they have a wide open door to win this division. And getting them a plus 270 feels like great value.
Yeah, I think that their ceiling, I agree with you, is very high. I think they even have potential to, I was going to say win the World Series, but then I'm thinking of like them going up against the Dodgers. They have the potential to win the AL for sure. Yeah. And so I'm down to ride on the Red Sox. I don't have much concern with them. I also really like their farm system. So halfway through the season, we can see guys like Christian Campbell, Roman Anthony, maybe come up, play for them, contribute a little bit. So
yeah, no, 100%. I like it. There's some young guys coming in. Yep.
Gooch.
100%. Yeah.
I think, for me, I want to ride with either Baltimore or Boston. I'm just not exactly sure who I'm leaning with. So if you're all about Boston, I'm down to ride.
Yeah, I'm all in on Boston this year. I already have a slip with them. I have an individual slip as well as I have a different. The ones we're finished all of them. I'll go through who my final 3 for the AL are. Do you have any player props for the AL East? Any guys you thinking about taking here?
Yeah, I did take Garrett Crochet to have 200 strikeouts this year.
Okay.
His line's at like 199.5.
All right. Talk me through it.
I mean, the question is really, is he just going to play a full season? Because the dude only needs, like, I think maybe like 160 innings to get there, which in this day and age is like a full season.
Yeah.
But he's a guy who plays a full season. He's going to be up in like the 220 range. He's going to like lead the MLB in strikeouts. And yeah, I don't know. I know he's had injuries in the past, and that is probably a little indicative of predicting future injuries.
Yep.
But because he's like a whole year removed from it and he's like been healthy for a whole year, I kind of feel like his odds of getting hurt are similar to like a lot of other players. And I don't know. It's probably wise to say that he's not going to get up to that amount of innings, but you know, he's a guy I want to root for. Yeah. And he can easily do it if he plays the season. So I'm just going to ride with Garrett Crochet. Don't feel great about it, but I do have a ticket on Crochet to hit 200.
All right. Yeah, that's a very solid. I think that's a pretty safe bet outside of the injury risk. As long as he stays healthy, it should be a pretty solid market to hit over. I'm not too concerned there. What I will say.
Do you have a Gosman ticket?
I don't have a Gosman ticket, but I was looking at his odds.
You like Gosman.
I'm a Gos guy.
I would fade the fuck out. I'd be down to taking. I haven't taken any unders. If there's one guy I would take an under on, it might be Kevin Gosman.
Really?
Yeah, he just looked bad last year. He could bounce back. I just feel like he's probably just toast at this point. Yeah,
no, that's. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. The one play I do have is I think Vladdy has a better season this year.
I like it.
The bet I'm taking, though, is kind of unique in the fact of it's multi-home run games.
Okay.
2.5 higher.
Okay.
He had 2 last year. I think he's going to have generally a better season this year. And he went on a span last year. For an entire month, he hit only 1 home run. In the entire month of June, I think it was June or July. Let me double check. June. Yeah. 1 singular home run that entire thing.
Wow.
I just don't see that happening again. Obviously, that was a major slump for him. He literally couldn't get anything rolling. That entire month, he batted like absolute dog shit, below 200. I don't think he's going to have those kind of slumps this year. I think this year is a big year for him. Obviously, money involved. I think
for sure
going to lead him to having a pretty big year. And I think 2.5 multi-home run games, he can crack that pretty easily if he gets hot.
He's definitely going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. Contract year. Didn't get the money he wanted this last off season. Like, to me, it's all leading up to like a big Vladdy breakout.
Yeah, and if you want to take just home runs, 33.5, I don't think is a bad line. So if you want to lean that way as well, you can too. So yeah.
It does feel a little high. I mean, his like past seasons, his batted ball profile is fucking off the charts. Like you go on Baseball Savant, it's all red. Yeah. All high 90th percentile. I just think like whatever. Some things just haven't gone his way, and I'm in on Vladdy.
Yep. Vladito. That's all I got for AL East. We can move on to
hit that Red Sox button to win this bish.
Facts.
This might be my favorite division.
Wide open. It's another one where I think there's a lot of options we can kind of rock with. Tell me your thoughts on where you're going.
I think there are 4 legitimate contenders to win this division.
Obviously not the White Sox at plus 250,000.
Yeah, White Sox, Woat Sox. But, I mean, you got the Twins up top, who I think on paper are the best roster, but a ton of injury questions on their team. Are you going to get a full season or even like 2/3 of a season out of a lot of their stars? Detroit is a team that I don't want to miss the takeoff on. They feel like a rocket ship that's ready to explode. I just don't know if it's going to be like this year. Maybe it's even next year. But I kind of want to hop on a Tigers train. Royals feel Royals and Guardians actually feel like pretty similar teams where you have really good pitching, you have like one superstar bat, and then a few sidekicks in the mix. I think Royals have a better supporting cast than the Guardians. So for that reason, I'm kind of out on the Guardians. I feel like while their bullpen is phenomenal, probably the best in the league, their starters, I think it's good, but I also think that the Royals have better starting pitching. They also have a
agree.
phenomenal bullpen, and their supporting cast of hitters is better. So, to me, it's between Twins, Tigers, Royals. Do you agree? You're out on Guardians?
I'm out on Guardians.
Okay.
At least I don't have them in any of my slips personally. I'm not too sold on them. The value's definitely there at 310. Like, I don't see there's like being a super far world where they don't win it. But I just personally have not leaned either way. I'm between the Tigers and Royals. I'm kind of out on the Twins as well. It's obviously a ton of injury risk there, plus the worst value on the board. My gut tells me I want to go the Tigers, but I did place money on the Royals.
I kind of like it. I have a ticket on the Tigers, but I feel less and less good about it as it goes on.
Yeah, no, my money's on the Royals. I think the second team to beat would be the Tigers in this division. If the Twins stay healthy and can stay healthy, I think they'll be definitely a team to mess with. But
it feels like they gotta stay healthy at some point. Like I don't know, man.
It just hasn't happened. So
yeah,
it's
but like Buxton, Royce Lewis, like Carlos Correa, some of their starters, like Joe Ryan, like they just can't all keep getting hurt so often like they do.
Maybe this is the year.
Eventually.
Maybe this is the year, but I'll miss out on this year to rock with the Royals at plus 280 compared to the Tigers 250. But I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. I mean, you already kind of summed it up. Royals have a very solid supporting squad. The Tigers are a young team that, again, like they're bound to take off at some point. I've heard a ton of people talk about it this year. I've had a ton of people come into even the Cancel Gaming chats and like the Discord chats being like, the Tigers could really make a run.
I mean, their last 2 months of last year was phenomenal.
They're nuts.
But
no,
like it
can
does
that span? Can that span over an entire season? That's
sure. It feels like the Tigers winning this division feels like a 5-leg parlay, but I feel good about all 5 legs.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like one of those parlays where it's like this ain't happening. I just want to watch something Sunday night, like throw it out. Like if Parker Meadows can take a step up, if Trey Sweeney can do something, if Jace Young can do something, like their pitching, I feel phenomenal about it, right?
Also, like
their starters and bullpen
starters.
feel great about. Their hitting could be problematic, but I think their pitching is so good that I almost like if the Tigers hitters can just be average, I think this could be a really dangerous team. Then you add in the fact that maybe they are good hitters, maybe a lot of their young bats come alive, and then are the Tigers just like fucking dangerous as fuck? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of hypotheticals there. Yeah, that's an interesting take you have of if the young bats get hot. I mean, they're such a young team, dude.
Colt Keith at first base.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Spencer Torkelson's like kind of nothing, but like it'd be cool if he could contribute.
What hurts me is Colt Keith is like my age. I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
Gleyber Torres, I also think is a good grab by them. I feel like him just being out of New York is going to be good for him. Again, just a bat. Won't provide much like speed or defense, but like
consistency is always good.
Some hitting's not bad.
Their defense is going to be really good, I think, and I think their pitching rotation is fantastic. So it's really going to depend on the offense, like you said. Royals, I think, I just like them. I like all around kind of what they're building here.
I told myself between these 3 teams, I was just going to take the one with the longest odds because it's hard to pick out of them. And I like what the Royals did getting Jonathan India. Mm-hmm. I feel like it offers a lot more protection to Bobby Witt, right? Yeah. It's not like
he's carrying the load or
right. He's a table setter for Bobby Witt. I think it's just one less guy that you can get out on and then afford to pitch around Bobby Witt, right? It's like you can't pitch around India and Bobby Witt and Vinny Pasquantino now. So I think their offense should take a step up. My brain is telling me the Royals. My heart is telling me the Tigers.
I mean, it's pretty much what I started with.
And then roster is just telling me Twins.
Yeah. I mean, the Twins roster, name-wise, especially value there. The Twins definitely have
their pitching's also really good. I love their bullpen, too, the Twins.
So who you in on? Make a decision right now. Today, you have to decide right now on here who you taking. I'm taking Royals. 2 plus 280. Okay. That's where I'm at.
You know what? I'm gonna ride with the Royals with you because it's hard. It's just too hard for me to choose. I think all 3 teams are pretty sick, and I'm down to ride. I want to root with someone. We're gonna start a Royals community, and we're riding with the fucking Kansas City Royals.
All right, fuck yeah, we're on the Royals. We'll take them. If you're taking the White Sox, good luck. Wish you the best. I like the if we go to win totals in the Central real quick. There was the White Sox I kind of wanted to look at.
They were like
their line is
55.
so low at 54.5, but I like the under.
Yeah.
Like it's insane to say,
but it's also like not because they're
so bad.
How many games did they win last year? Didn't they
Wasn't
lose
it
like
48?
100? Yeah, they
I
probably
think it was
went
a
under this
record
line
low.
last year. I don't think they did anything to improve. There's just like no they got rid of Crochet, you know, and I know Crochet wasn't like going deep into games for most of the year, but yeah, it's just like you know.
Last year they won 41 games.
Yeah, they won 4. So this is insane. Kind of a big improvement for them.
This is a 13-game swing. 14 games, and you win 55 games.
I'm down to ride the under. I'm down.
Do they swing 15 games?
I don't think so.
That's a massive swing for them to be even. I'm going to be arguing. They're almost worse than last year.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have Crochet. They don't have Fede.
They've I think Luis gets pitched by mid-season.
Luis gets traded for sure.
So, like, now if they lose Luis, like, they have nothing. Absolutely nothing. 54 wins, under feels great. They're
also
favored to go under, minus 114.
Also, throughout the season, it's going to be fun watching the White Sox get their shit kicked in and knowing you have an under on their team.
100%.
So I'm down to ride.
All right, down to ride White Sox. We'll go under there. We'll head. Do you have any plays for the Central Division? I don't have any player props.
I don't believe so. Although I was thinking about Bobby Witt MVP for the AL.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so he's behind Judge. I think he's second favorite. Kind of like what I alluded to, I think with the addition of Jonathan India, pitchers are just going to have to face Bobby Witt more, less pitching around him. And Bobby Witt's just one of the best players. Like, he has potential to go 40-40. Bobby's one of the best players.
By far.
Second favorite. It's not that, I don't think it's that hot of a take, but I just kind of like a Bobby Witt monster season.
No, I'm down. I can definitely get behind that.
Okay.
For the AL West, in my opinion, it's like
I think this is how I think about this division. I think you have 3 teams that are all eligible to win, that all have a serious chance of winning, and then you pick your flavor, where you can either go pitching heavy with the Mariners, you can go offense heavy with the Rangers, or you can take a little bit of a balance with the Astros. And me personally, I have already bet the Rangers to win this division.
Okay.
I love their lineup, right? Like I said, you're betting on the offense. You're betting on Corey Seager. You're betting on Marcus Semien. They got Jock Peterson in the lineup. They got Jake Berger in the lineup. A lot of power. And it's really their starting pitching and bullpen. Their bullpen's kind of a disaster. Their starting pitching could be all right if some things break right for them, which is why I think, like, I'm leaning towards them. Like, I don't see the Seattle Mariners offense really being that good. They should be good on paper, but, like, until they change something about their ballpark, until I see it from them, like, I'm just not betting on Seattle being able to hit. And then I think Astros, they probably win this division because they're the fucking Astros, but, like, after they lose Bregman, after they lose Kyle Tucker.
I think they took a big step back.
They took a huge step back. I'm just like, it's just not the time that I want to be buying the Astros, you know?
Yeah.
You could be buying low on the Astros.
I think the name cachet on the Astros is what holds them up here so high.
You think so?
In my opinion, I have it going Rangers, Mariners, Astros.
Rangers, Mariners,
That's how
Astros.
I've looked at it. Again, Mariners are, again, questionable on offense. We know that. Again, like you said, the stadium sucks, whatnot.
I think with the Astros, like, I agree, but they still have Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown at the top of the lineup, and Spencer Arrighetti, who I think is a solid 3. They got Hader. They got Brian Abreu in the bullpen. Altuve's like, Altuve might hit a cliff a little bit, but, like, I think he's still solid.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, like, he's declined a little bit, but I mean, like, he's solid. Jordan, dude, actually, I want to check a Jordan injury. Jordan's fine. Never mind. Paredes is a dude who's going to mash at home. They got the short field out and left, and the dude's just a pull ball hitter. Like, I think, like, obviously losing Kyle Tucker sucks, but getting Paredes to play in your ballpark is kind of it's not bad considering you also got what's that fucking dude's face? Cam something, some prospect that might come up and actually contribute as an infielder this year. So I think it's a well-balanced team. But I just think the Rangers' upside is so huge if they can figure out their pitching.
Mm-hmm. No, I think if their pitching hits, I think this team has a lot of upside, a lot of offense. That's why I just leaned them to take it. I had the Mariners. I just think they were as well balanced as you say the Astros. I just think they're due for a cliff. I think they're 1 to 2 injuries away from it kind of being like, oh fuck, we lost our big names, we lost a lot of depth. Obviously, Jordan still will always hold it down, but I don't know if I can trust them as much. Obviously, their bullpen's fantastic, sure, but how much can you trust the starters comparatively to like the Rangers? I can't as much. I think it's.
What needs to happen for the Rangers is DeGrom needs to stay healthy, which is
if
never
DeGrom
been
stays
the
healthy,
case.
it's wraps. In my opinion, I think it's
relatively healthy because I feel like there's levels to DeGrom's health. Like in the past, he's been nothing, right? So like if you can get 100 innings out of DeGrom, is that the max? Maybe
if you get 100 innings out, I feel like I'm not mad about that. Like I'm happy with 100.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess at this point, because he's been an absolute zero.
He's been nothing. Yeah. So if you get 100 out of him, it's like that's one step.
Yeah.
And then if you get to playoffs, then you reevaluate what he already gets.
Sure.
Right? And then it kind of goes from there. So
but
obviously,
you need DeGrom to stay relatively healthy. You need Kumar Rocker to come up and be a good contributor. I think you also probably need Jack Leiter to come up from the minors.
Jack Leiter would be a movie.
Yeah, I mean, he got fucking shelled in his couple starts that he had last year, but still one of the top pitching prospects. So there's the avenue where Rangers actually have good pitching, and maybe John Gray gets moved to the bullpen, or maybe they trade for a Ryan Helsley later on in the season. That feels like the most obvious pairing for a guy like Helsley, or really any reliever that's going to get traded at the deadline. It's Rangers are probably first in line, which is why I also kind of like them. I'm kind of baking in the fact that they're going to add someone to their rotation or bullpen because it is kind of a disaster right now.
Yeah.
I
think there's a chance for the worst team in the league. I know this is a little off topic. The worst team in the league to be the Angels if Trout goes down again.
Yeah.
I think there's a real case.
I mentioned that to you earlier, and I hate the Angels. And obviously it's okay, White Sox probably don't count. They're probably in a tier of their own. Angels, I look at their lineup and it's they should be better than they are last year by the names, but I also kind of hate the names that they added. Everybody on their team just feels like they've been bad for 2 or 3 years now, but they at one point had hype, you know? So I don't know. Fuck the Angels. I will say though, Sacramento A's, kind of like them.
Really? No, yeah. I was really just looking up their record from last year because I like their win total this year.
I like their win total too. I think it's at 70.
I can double check. I think you're right.
I gotta take an A's win total over.
Where are they at now? So you said they're Sacramento. I'm not saying that. Are they just under Oakland?
I think they're just Athletics. They don't have a city next to them.
What the hell? Athletics? That's insane. Yeah. 71.5.
I'm down to take the over.
I'm down to take the over as well.
I think they should be high 70s this year. I think they'll win about 77 games.
Last year they won 69. So 2-game improvement, 3-game improvement.
Yeah.
From last year, I think he's due.
So they're pitching, again, kind of similar to the Rangers, a little bit of a disaster. Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, I don't feel good about them, but they're starter caliber guys as long as Springs can stay healthy. Mm-hmm. Their bullpen is definitely interesting, though. I mean, you have Mason Miller, who's probably the best closer in the game, just pitch for pitch, one of the best dudes in the MLB. Leclerc might be something as a setup man, so I feel okay about their bullpen. Don't feel great about their starters. But I'm looking at their lineup, and Butler, Rooker, Bleday, Shea Banglaliers. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm good with those top 4 hitters.
Yeah,
so
no, I think they'll be.
I think they're definitely scoring runs this year.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Jacob Wilson, also a young prospect who could do some damage, maybe. See a little bit more out of him.
These prospects, I feel like I always expect so much, and then they do fucking nothing.
Yeah, they really don't. But every now and then, dudes kind of hit.
You'll have 1 or 2 good ones. Yeah. So where are we leaning? Final decision. Gun to your head right now. Where are you going?
Rangers.
Rangers at it. So this will be a plus 3,977 three-leg banger between the Red Sox, Royals, and Rangers.
I'm obviously not like gonna talk you off a parlay, but I do think all three of these are probably better just like straight up.
No, 100%. I agree. If we're talking like strategic-wise, I always normally take straights, and then I'll sprinkle a little parlay in at the end.
Yeah. All of them, I feel like all of them just are like a little too risky for me to like want to parlay them.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. There are a lot of like 1 or 2 injuries away from this being an absolute shambles. So,
but we're gonna parlay the fuck
but we're gonna,
out of this.
now we're gonna parlay the fuck. We're gonna tell you to parlay the fuck out of this and tail with us. All right, let's go to like more of a long shot. Where are we going for AL winners? What do you think is the juice?
Wow,
we obviously took the Diamondbacks. Red Sox are plus 800. Rangers are plus 800. Rangers are the same as the Astros to win the AL, but are worse odds to win the division. Ain't that something? Tigers aren't far behind, plus 1,000. Royals down there 1,500, below the Guardians. Interesting.
That's so weird. How are Royals are more of a favorite to win the division, but less of the league?
Yeah, no,
the American League.
Maybe just because of harder road, I guess they'll think. I don't know. Let's just
know how to
fucking
do that
slam
math.
White Sox plus 200,000.
Like I kind of want to say Red Sox, but I also don't love
Plus 800
their
ain't much.
odds.
Yeah, plus 800 ain't much. Maybe we take a sneaky. I mean, like, maybe we hedge our own bets, go sneaky Tigers. I'm kind of down.
Royals win the division.
Don't miss
Tigers
out.
win it as a wild card.
Don't miss out on the Tigers. They get hot late.
Nah, I keep having to talk myself down from the Tigers. I think earlier in the offseason, I was like so excited to be on this Tigers bandwagon, and I do want to be, but I think I'm trying to like just insert a little more reality in my brain and be like, it's just not the Tigers right now.
Okay, all right.
So I think like I don't hate Royals though. Like okay, Tigers at plus 1,000 versus Royals at is that
Plus 1,500. Yeah, I don't mind
At that point,
15.
it feels like we should just do Royals.
15 for Royals. I'm either doing Royals or Sox at plus 800, whatever you feel more comfortable with the value.
We could just take both.
Yeah.
Hope that one hits.
Hope that one hits, and we'll figure it out.
Just maybe split a unit between the two.
Yeah, that's not bad. World Series, though, this is where we get juicy. Obviously, nobody's beating the Dodgers, but if it happens, who's it going to be from the AL? Obviously,
It's hard to bet on anyone but the Dodgers.
no, it's literally impossible. Dodgers being plus money is kind of insane just because they're that good. Rangers plus 1,900, Red Sox plus 1,800, the Royals plus 4,000. Obviously, we took the Diamondbacks at 3,300. So we'll take Dodgers to hedge.
To be honest, I think I'd go D-backs. Like we took them to win. We took them as like a long shot to win the NL. I just kind of feel like if a team's gonna overthrow them, I think it's in the National League.
Okay. Yeah, fuck the AL, honestly.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't feel good about any of the AL teams winning in a series with them. Or it's more that I just feel better about like the Braves or the Phillies or the D-backs.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Braves.
D-backs plus 33, fine. You said who?
I think it's realistically like who can beat them in a 7-game series. I think it's Braves, Phillies, D-backs.
Okay.
The other thing is like the Mets are going to be such a big spender. Like they're going to acquire some starter at the deadline that's going to make them probably all right. But as of today,
The only way you're going is Diamondbacks for the value plus 33.
I think so,
All right.
dude.
All right, that's fine.
I think
Listen,
so.
we can rock,
It's
we
the
can ride.
season of the Snakes.
It's the season of the Diamondbacks. All right, that's gonna be our divisions. Do we have any player props for the last division? I didn't ask. I don't think I do. Let me just double check.
Seattle, sure.
I'll double check. I don't think I do.
Oh, Brent Rooker. What's Brent Rooker's home runs? Those
I'll
one.
pull it up.
I
Okay.
took it on Underdog earlier. I think it was at 32.5.
35 and a half.
It's now on Underdog's at
35
Bro,
and a half on
I gotta
UD.
show.
You got
I gotta
some
show you this
value.
Underdog slip to let you know that I'm not lying. I got Olsen and Rooker. Rooker 32, Olsen 31.
Holy shit. So you got hella value. Would you still take it at 35? Too high?
Nah,
All
probably
right.
not.
No plays out of the West End for the player props.
Ooh, does
Unless-
FanDuel have like player to lead the AL in home runs? You know what I mean?
Lead the AL in home runs? We can check.
Or
I think they just have to lead the league.
lead the league?
Season home runs leader.
What's Rooker's odds to lead?
34.5 on a FanDuel. Rooker's odds to lead the league is plus 1,800. I feel like there's not enough value.
I don't know, dude.
18,
I think he has a legitimate shot. I mean, how many did he fucking hit last year? He was like, here's the other thing that
Tatis is plus 1,500. Guerrero down. I think Guerrero has some value at 31.
I don't know. Guerrero like feels more of like a good all-around hitter than he is like gonna lead the league in home runs.
Where's Schwarber? That's what I want to know. Plus 1,000 for Schwarb?
Hold on.
It's dead ass like Aaron Judge, Shohei, and the rest.
He had 39 last year, and now he's moving into a Sacramento ballpark where the dimensions are similar, but Sacramento is hot as fuck, and I think those balls are going to be flying in that atmosphere.
All right. Interesting value, plus 1,800.
I like him. Also, like we've been saying, better lineup protection maybe.
Gonna be pitching more at him.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. No,
Long
I like that.
shot to lead the league.
Then you like him over 35.5, I would say.
Yeah. But that's at like minus 110, you know?
Yeah,
it's more fun to take like 16 to 1 or whatever the fuck it is.
I agree. All right. 18 to 1.
18 to 1. Sign me up for it.
Sign him up.
Do it.
Make sure to like, subscribe, to the fun shit down below. Let us know who you guys have coming out of the AL, NL, anything from the MLB, season props, whatever. Leave it in the comments below. And we'll make sure to catch you guys next time. Peace.